I began my career training in trades in Alberta. By the time I graduated, I had completed my cosmetology apprenticeship and was prepared to take the Red Seal testing for both the practical and the written, just over 20 years. And I've had lots of experiences in various areas, including fashion and film, teaching, salon ownership, I appreciate that the industry offers kind of diverse opportunities. So, it doesn't matter what people are really interested in, there's always a place for them, whether that's styling, barbering, or in other areas. And I've watched things really grow and progress and change in this field. At the time, trades were a really popular choice, and I actually ended up going to a trades high school. So it kind of led me down this hairstyling path, kind of two things intersecting, opening people's minds to new possibilities, whether it's, a client trying a new color or a different style, um, or inspiring a student or a colleague to expand their learning and potential. So I enjoy sort of those aha moments and watching them on people's faces. I think that's my favorite part, actually. Yeah. People they have to be motivated, and creative to pursue this career, in a way that is active. You know what I mean? Like forward thinking, and intrinsically motivated are just so important. This industry isn't for everybody. If somebody is maybe just not as motivated to go out and get what they want, they might find themselves struggling here a little bit. So definitely somebody who is excited to continuously learn and grow and adapt to new trends or new regulations, that sort of thing. So, um, skills would be, yeah, intrinsic motivation, forward thinking, openness,
Mhm.
and willingness to learn and to be coached for sure. That coupled with keeping up with your physical skills and your mental, ability to recall and to put into practice all of these new skills is, it's a pretty big task, but I think the right individuals can absolutely excel in it. A regular day would look like coming in, taking a look at your book, checking to see what your calendar looks like for that month, consultation right to pre-booking and retailing, 6 to 8 clients a day, depending on the atmosphere, maybe even 10 to 12. Um, and so it's pretty physically demanding, like we said before. You're standing a lot, your arms are up a whole lot. So, hopefully the end of your day includes some yoga and some stretching and maybe some some weights or something like that. A typical day for me is a little bit different now because I've taken more of an education role. And so right now I teach hair design, and aesthetics as a business management instructor. And I also serve as a Red Seal assessor in BC. I teach Red Seal level 2 and exam prep courses, because in life we need the why do we do the things we do, right? It gives us purpose. Having my Red Seal certification really has opened a lot of doors for me, and I would love the opportunity to be able to pass that on to other people, especially now that I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I feel that it's my responsibility to start giving back to the industry in a sense. It's a bit of a cycle. So I want to support that re-implementation of the Red Seal designation in BC. And I think that honestly, I think it's going to create more of a stable and accountable industry as well, something closer to, what the rest of Canada is offering. Teaching Red Seal prep is important to me because the more we can support our students in this industry, and especially going for their Red Seal, the better off I think the whole industry will be in BC. And so that's why I decided to teach Red Seal prep. But teaching for Ashton is amazing because it allows students to learn online, which is fabulous because when people are going for their Red Seal, most of the time they're already working in the industry. So, or they're holding down full time jobs. So the opportunity to learn online, I think, is really important because they can maintain those full-time schedules. The first is a written exam, and that is administered through Skilled Trades BC. And the second is a hands-on practical exam, and that's conducted through North Pacific after the applicants have written their written exam. So I think that's really important to mention as well as, the two exams are really kind of in keeping with what the rest of Canadian trades are doing with the hairstyling. But what I would say is definitely take a look at the Skilled Trades website if there's any questions. It's a wonderful website. They have all the information for every applicant. So everywhere else across the Canada, I should say, has their requirements. They're all harmonized. They're all the exact same requirements. The process of taking tests in terms of like challenging and things like that, I think gets a little, unique per province. But BC, because it isn't a regulated trade right now, hopefully it will be soon, um, there are multiple paths to kind of get you towards those exams. So people who are already working in the industry do have an opportunity to challenge. I did my exam quite a few years ago in a different province. And so, although it did include a written and practical component, the specifics have really changed. Definitely more purposeful and respectful. So I'm pretty happy to promote this new process. One, it allows hairstylists to work across Canada without any upgrading or anything else. So I think that in itself is amazing. And also, it allows opportunities to work internationally, including like the film industry, teaching positions, high end editorial or fashion work. And once you have your Red Seal, you have it for life. So that's the other thing is you don't have to upgrade it. You don't have to pay a fee to renew it every year. And it's recognized by the Canadian government. Is to find an authentic and reachable mentor. Find somebody who is close to you or that you can have online access to that has experience going towards your desired path, whether that be film or wigs or salon ownership, whatever that might be. Again, I'm going to say it again, be intrinsically motivated to create your own future. There are numerous lucrative opportunities out there if you are ambitious and if you're driven. They're just waiting for you to go out and grab them. I would say trends, new technology, products, constantly evolving. And it keeps us on our toes because as these new technologies come out, like bond multipliers, it keeps us coming back to the basics and the foundations that we've learned, about the anatomy and physiology of how our body works and how hair color works, for example. But one thing that has really changed in a very positive way is technology and social networking, I think has been a huge benefit to this industry. So now most of our advertising is done through still word of mouth, but also social networking and lots of, online booking, things like that have made our lives infinitely easier and has expanded our reach to community and to potential clients. So let me think. I was lead stylist here in Vancouver for quite a few years with other lead stylists as well, which was amazing, wonderful experience. I was asked to be lead stylist in Japan for Tokyo Fashion Week as well, which was amazing. It was a very fast week, but I loved it. And by the way, I would go back any moment. Just putting it out there. That was amazing. But I've had my work published in Vogue magazines as well, Vogue Italy, Vogue China, quite a few editorial. I've owned and operated two successful bridal and editorial companies for quite a few years, but I've kept all of my editorial publishings, all the magazines and all of those things. They're kind of in a special place in my house. They're like trophies. The industry relies heavily on clever business strategies, clever marketing strategies, different ways to reach people. So now I teach that because I recognized this was something back in when I was younger that I wish somebody would have really spent a lot of time instilling in me. And I really struggled with imposter syndrome, and I undervalued myself a lot. So, when somebody would ask me what the cost of something would be or what my services were worth, you know, I downplayed myself a lot. My goal for the next 5 to 10 years is to promote the importance of the Red Seal endorsement in BC. Really having this conversation, opening the door to this new opportunity of expansion within BC for the Red Seal endorsement. So that's my goal, is to do what I can to support our industry to move forward towards that requirement again. And wonderful opportunity. I think I wish that there was something like this when I was going through my Red Seal. I 100% would have taken it, probably even twice.